what other things, sticking to, like the program that's implemented, what other aspects would you change regarding that you have funding? Like say if you had money, right? And let's just say you're like the commissioner, right? And then you had funding. Give me the like framework or steps that you would implement first, like training, and then maybe, I don't know, hiring out more people. You know what I mean? Take me through that.
Okay. Number one, I would do is training. So instead of quarterly, right?
Yep.
I'd do it at least bi-weekly, twice a month. That's
Can I ask you
even
something?
Once a week.
Yeah. How, training, it doesn't seem a lot of overhead though.
No.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a police officer, but you need mats and then you need people there.
Not only that, by yourself, right? Like, MMA gyms are expensive.
I mean, to implement it in the police force, though, it doesn't seem like a lot of funding is needed.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
like within the department, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
like a mandatory training kind of thing.
Yeah, you can get mats and stuff, but
like
for cheap on Amazon.
Yeah, and you just need bodies.
Yeah.
And then say, this is mandatory.
But here's the problem, though.
Yeah.
Right? Discipline.
Okay.
Some people aren't disciplined.
But even considering it as a mandatory thing, like say if your sergeant was like, you need to do this shit, or they'll
do it, but you know how it goes. They'll half-ass it.
There it is. Okay.
Till they get their fucking tooth kicked out.
Yeah, right.
You know what? You only change. Unfortunately, there's two ways, right? I'm Catholic.
Yep.
But that has nothing to do with it. But it's either you decide to change or God's going to make you change.
Right.
And usually it doesn't make you change for the right reason, like for a positive outcome.
Oh, you'll get humbled.
You'll get humbled real quick.
Yeah. That's how you learn. That's how you make the change.
Yeah. But but I didn't want it to get to that point. I don't want people to get to that point, right? Like if you're out of shape and you're not working out and you've seen it as a citizen, right? These cops that they have a huge they're huge.
Yep. Yeah.
It doesn't look too good, right?
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Like there's a certain perception, I think, with people that
actually, I want to know from a civilian point. And, and obviously, I'm not bashing them or anything like that, but what do you think? Actually, like I've never asked a citizen, like, what do you think when you see a cop that's just out of shape?
Okay, so I think with that, I thought about that. And I think, so it's subjective to us, right? Yeah. But I'm looking at it through my lens, which means I do train, right? I lift, I do that. So take this with a grain of salt for anyone that's listening, as far as like civilian wise,
Yeah.
I see it from my perspective, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
What do you think though? Like, I know it's not a good look, but like, elaborate on that.
Right.
Like,
so I have a different perception. When I see a cop now, it's a lot different from me before I started training. And that doesn't mean I'm trying to size them up, saying I can beat them up or anything, because like I said, some of those cops can pick me up and drop me on my head and that's it for me. I'm 145 pounds. You know what I mean? But I can tell whether you're really, really out of shape. It's no different than if I can tell if you could fight or not just by the way you stand, the way how stiff you look. You know what I mean? Yeah. We don't even have to like get into a square dance, like a square up kind of matchup. If you start like doing something that's not, how you should be training it in the gym, I'll be like, "Ooh, this guy's not trained." So what I'm saying, back to my point, is that you can tell when just someone's not physically fit and they'll gas out. Like you can tell a whole lot of person by their physical fitness. So I relate that into this guy James Clear with Atomic Habits. You heard of that book?
No, I haven't actually.
So it's Atomic. He said, whatever you are, okay, this relates, I promise. But then whatever your bank account is, it's a lagging measure of your habits, your discipline. Whatever your physical fitness is, it's a lagging measure of like what you eat, how you go to the gym, right? Everything. Yeah. We're not just talking about physical fitness here. If your family is broken, it's a lagging measure of you maybe drinking too much or not loving yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So everything stems from you. So going back to it is what I'm saying is that when I see a cop, and I get it, like people have families, people have busy lives, not to bash them too much, but I think health is
number one.
Number one.
You only
most
got one
thing.
body.
And think about this. Think about this quote: is that when someone gets sick, you could think about all the money and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
We could think about wanting to have all this money, but
Yeah.
But the thing is that what happens when you get sick? You only want one thing. What is that?
Your health.
Exactly. You don't give a fuck about anything else.
No.
You don't give a fuck about money. You don't give a fuck about even your relationships. I mean, yeah, if you're doing it for your daughter, you know what I mean? But even at that, if you're doing it for your daughter, well, guess what you got to do, man? Get healthy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it stems down to. So that's how it relates. It's almost like, man, when I see a police officer, it's not just him being a police officer and doing a job. It's like, damn, you're literally
You're killing yourself, dude.
You're probably pre-diabetic, right? And that's a whole nother world within itself.
Yeah,
you're obese. Your ankles probably hurt.
Yeah.
Right? From all that weight. Yeah. And this is the other thing. They're probably used to it because they've been so unhealthy for so long.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, oh, this is what I'm used to, like just eating like shit. So this is what I know. So it's hard for them to change.
Also, it's I mean, you just made it.
Yeah.
But it makes me sad because I want to help those people.
Absolutely, me too,
You know what I
man.
mean? Like, I don't look at them in fucking, I'm not a hater, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't got time for this shit.
Yep.
Like, if I see someone out of shape, I want them to get in shape.
Yeah.
That would make me happy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
right. Yeah.
That would make me really happy if I got them in shape.
Yeah, bro. But like it stems from what we were talking about is that it sucks because you can't make anyone change.
Unless they want to change.
Unless they want to change. And that's the problem is that hate doesn't come from the top. So I'm not saying that we're up there, but then it's like we work out. We know how it's like to be in that position. Yeah. And I don't bash anyone for being overweight. That's not what I do. I don't like, that's not what I'm here for. It's just sometimes you need that tough love and you need, if you really care about
the reality check
of it. Like that's a tactic. That's a strategy. It's like the tough love and even the empathy, right? Even if you're like, hey man, I care about you. And you know what I mean? That's, it's all intertwined.
Yeah. Even that sometimes, unfortunately, the reality check doesn't work.
I know.
Until they hit the fan.
Yes.
Like, dude.
That's the sad part.
But I never forget that though. When I was alcoholic, dude, and I don't have many friends.
Yep.
Maybe 3 or 4. All right.
I mean, that's how it is when you get older. You know what I mean? You kind of.
They're like my brotherhood.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
They would tell me all the time, John, stop fucking drinking.
You're right.
Stop doing it. Like you're going out of control. You're an alcoholic. And I would be like, no, I'm not. Not because I work out and I'm in shape.
Right.
And, I'm still, fucking shredded and lifting 225, or I'm still sparring and I'm not alcoholic. Denial, right?
Yeah. Again, you're justifying, right?
Justifying.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You don't take accountability.
Yes. Yeah.
But if it wasn't for these people, I don't think I'd be here today.
Yeah.
And I will never forget them.
Mm-hmm.
Because, bro, when I tell you when I was so depressed, man, that I remember this day, dude. I was so fucked up. And I usually don't share that with people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I tell people all the time is check on your people that you care about.
Yeah.
Because, some people, they have that character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you look at them all the time and they have a certain way of carrying themselves, right?
Yep.
And then one day you acknowledge they're not the same way, right?
You start to see it change.
Maybe there's something going on that you should be at least interested. It doesn't matter if you're friends with them or not, like in your work field or where you're at.
Right.
But I'm getting to the point where I was so depressed. I had 89 cents in my bank account, bro. 13,000 in debt, 400 credit score.
Yep.
So I play victim, right? So I got so fucked up. I didn't even tell nobody. I was in the garage of my mom's house. She was gone. I was sitting in my car with my gun loaded, and I was ready for her to find me. It was loaded, everything. I was ready to fucking shoot myself. And I didn't give a fuck. That was selfish. But you know what? Some person called me right there. And I picked up the phone and never thought about it again.
Yep.
I snapped out of it. And that's why, I'm big on helping mental health, man.
Yeah.
Like it's so important to me.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's why we're here, right?
Yeah. But it's like, the simple stuff, right? Like if it wasn't for that person calling me,
right,
I wouldn't be here. But he checked in on me.
Right. Yeah.
But what does it cost you? Right?
Yeah.
Call your mom or your best friend or someone at work, coworker, right? That you see maybe he looks sad or you ask him how he's doing. He's like, I'm all right. Yeah. He's checking on your people. We don't have that in our department. Some people will. You know how many people just go about their day and don't even fucking acknowledge? It costs nothing to say, hey, bro, I'm thinking about you. Is everything all right? Do you need anything? Whether we're friends or not, just how you doing, man?
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. But, I think that why people are like that is because we tend to think about ourselves too much. You know what I mean?
And you think that's what it is?
I think so. It's because, look, man, the harsh truth is that no one really cares.
No.
You know what I mean? Even on like the social media wise, and that's why mental health is so prevalent, is that no one really gives a fuck about you.
No.
What's going on, guys? If you're enjoying this podcast, please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Only if you're getting value out of it on YouTube and also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a rating and follow. And also, I also write a blog newsletter from what I learned from my incredible guests that I have on. So sign up for the email list and get updates on the podcast.